because your clients aren't giving you the objection, it doesn't mean they're not thinking it. This is Danny Gould, selling Silicon Valley legendary agents. I was on a call with one of my team members earlier this week, and we were going over her showing sign phase, all the clients that she had in her pipeline, and things were looking good. And so I asked her, I said, hey, so have you had the SV Bank conversation with all of these buyers? And she was like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, well, like, you haven't had a conversation with it. And she said, no, they haven't brought it up. They haven't given me the objection yet. So, but I've got it in my back pocket if they give it to me. And I said, oh, so you're gonna wait for her to give you the objection in order for you to like bring it up? And she's like, yeah, that's kind of the point, right? Like, we handle objections when they give it to us. And I said, well, here's the thing. I said, do you think she's not thinking about it? And she was like, no, I don't think she's thinking about it. And I said, oh, interesting. So all the negative media around SV Bank, living in Silicon Valley, you don't believe that this person is thinking about it? And she was like, well, I said, well, here's the thing. And here's what I know, is that just because a buyer or a seller or a prospect is not thinking something, they're not unveiling or revealing to you their underlying concerns, doesn't mean that they're not actually thinking it. And by the way, they might be thinking like very, very small right now. It might even be like a little smidgen of doubt or insecurity or whatever that is being caused by the situation right now. But we know that those things left unattended to and left unaddressed can turn into massive roadblocks later on down the future. And I said, listen, Ashara, team member, Ashara, shout out to you. You're doing an amazing job, by the way, girl. So I said, listen, Ashara, a lot of agents do exactly what you do, which is we run away from conflict. In fact, most human beings, let's just forget about real estate agents, most human beings run away from conflict. As a great real estate agent, you need to run towards the conflict. You know that this is something that is going to come up more often than not right now. It is the hot topic in real estate. And she was like, well, it's just that I don't really want to bring it up and I don't want to rock the boat. And I said, exactly. You don't want to create conflict in the moment. I just don't want to plant the seed. The seed's already been planted. The media planted the seed. I'm sorry. But like, the seed has already been planted. You are not going to plant any doubt or into her mind if you do it the right way. And so this is, if you are in the same situation as Ashara is in right now, this is the dialogue that I would use. At the next showing that you're there with the buyer, you're gonna run it something like this. Like, oh, hey, by the way, like, did you hear about the Silicon Valley Bank thing? They're gonna be like, yeah, of course I heard about the Silicon Valley Bank thing. That's, it's crazy or whatever. And then you're going to say these exact words. Actually, like, I'm pretty excited about it because, to be honest with you, like, most of my buyers aren't as smart as you. And most of my buyers, and most of the buyers out there, I should say, not my buyers, but most of the buyers out there right now aren't as smart as you. And so I really like the fact that you're still going out and touring property with me because you are smart enough to recognize the opportunity that's in the marketplace right now. You see, a lot of buyers right now are kind of stepping away because they operate in fear. And when there is chaos, most people retract. But what I know is that chaos creates opportunity. And so right now, do you think we're gonna have more competition or less competition than we did like even 7 days ago? And of course they're gonna say, well, there's gonna be less competition. Of course, right? There's gonna be less competition. And not only that, but like, did you see what the Fed just did to rates? So you get to like double win. You get to win big on the rate and you get to win big on the fact that there's less competition now because of the media scaring away a lot of the competition because they're not as smart as you. So I'm proud. You should be proud of yourself. And that's how it ended right there. Like, you should be proud of yourself. And I'm super excited to help you get like an amazing house right now because this is the opportunity that you've been waiting for, Mr. Buyer, Mrs. Buyer. And with that, by the way, so you see what I did there? I did a couple of things. Number one, instead of turning into a negative, you're like, oh, did you hear about the Silicon Valley? Yeah, oh, the economy's gonna take a shit. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be so awful. Like, negative Nancys will not sell homes in this market. So you gotta keep it positive. Find the good in the situation. By the way, everything I just said right now is true. There are no lies in what I just said, only facts. Competition is going to be down for a little bit. Interest rates are also going to be down for a little bit. This is a prime opportunity for buyers who are super, super motivated to get an awesome home for an awesome price and an awesome rate. This is Danny Gould, selling Silicon Valley. Stay legendary, everybody.